everybody. It is back. No Huddle Podcast. We are back, man. We got lots of stuff to get into. And before I get into anything, I want to say, if you listen to this, you can now get this on iTunes and whatever iHeartRadio probably going to be soon, but for sure iTunes now because I just did it. So if you want to listen on YouTube, maybe stuff we say on here, we can't get it on YouTube. But usually everything I say on here, it goes to YouTube, doesn't flag me down or nothing. So I don't know. Anyway, before I get anything, I want to say something. I see this something. Do you think Stevie Wonder can see? I'm gonna tell you why I said this in the video. Do you think he can see? Have you heard the Shaq story too?
I'll be honest, I haven't heard the Shaq story, but I need to see what's on your mind about this because let me speak on this, y'all. Hey, it ain't my secret yet. So, nah, see, this might sound stupid to some people, but it's off the top of the dome. I really don't know. Some people might think it's an illusion. We gotta hear what's wrong with our mind, y'all. So hey, listen, I'm listening to this just like y'all. I ain't heard this before. But over time, some people just adjust to certain things and they can just do some amazing things. I really don't know what to say about it. I would think he couldn't see, but I don't know. Let's see what information Rob.
Okay. This is why I said this because I was listening to something. I can't remember where I heard it. I was probably watching a YouTube video or something. Stevie Wonder was on there, and I was listening, and he said something like, "Yeah, back in the day, he was born blind, wasn't he? He must have been born blind, or he just ended up getting blind." Okay, so he said something like, "My mother showed me something. I seen something." He said he seen something, and I looked. I was like, "What?" And then never nobody. We were talking. I was like. And then I'm listening to Jim Cornette. If y'all listen, find Jim Cornette on iTunes. It's called the Jim Cornette Experience and Drive Through. If y'all listen to old wrestling, y'all even if you ain't wrestling, just listen to them. I'm telling you, I swear, I guarantee you're gonna like to listen to this dude. No matter about what, just listen to him. So they was talking. It just came up out of nowhere. He's talking about Steve Wonder. And then Jim was like, well, he said the same thing, kind of see what I'm saying, like, people got heightened senses. So, Jim Cornette doesn't really believe it. But his partner was like, well, he heard the story Shaq said. And, Shaq said he was staying at this place, whatever they stayed in L.A. And Stevie Wonder was getting on the elevator. He's getting on the elevator. And Stevie Wonder was already on the elevator. And Stevie Wonder says, what's up, Shaq? What up, big dog? And he pushes his button, and he goes off to his floor. And Shaq said he got off the floor, got to his room, and called everybody he knew to tell, because everybody knew what happened. Because he's like, how the hell? He's like, what's up, big dog? Like, he's sitting like, what? And then I was listening to this, and then the dude said something about he was in the house with Lionel Richie. And Lionel Richie, they were listening to old music, and they're like, go hear this new song. So he said, come on, get in the car. So Stevie's on the driver's side. Lionel's on the passenger side. He listened to the music, and Stevie cuts the car on, cuts it on, starts backing up, looking back, and like, you finna drive. And Lionel's like, what you doing? And Stevie was like, got you. But he said he was driving straight back, like, not hitting, like, driving in his driveway, straight back. And I'm like, it is kind of fishy. Like, and then I listened to something, Anthony Anderson on one of those, I think on Tonight Show or something. He was like, man, Stevie Wonder can see. Like, he's like, you bring him on your show, and put something in front of him, watch him walk around it and stuff. And I think he can see a little bit. That's what I think. I think he can see a little bit. And y'all come on and say, I know a lot of y'all people are older, about my age, older than us, so y'all should know Stevie Wonder. And y'all can just see, I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, we get into it, new season. We got a lot of stuff to talk about football. I might as well just get into this because it's a short little thing, but the players from Collin Park tested positive for COVID, and I read it, and I've seen they was from a scrimmage, Euless Trinity in there. Y'all know about Euless Trinity. Y'all remember the game JT played them, and them Samoans don't play. And I'm not saying COVID isn't real serious, but then maybe they just wanted to avoid playing them because they said they're going to finish. That's not going to affect the season. So y'all saying, oh, what happens when they come to Tyler? No, they still got to come to Tyler. They still got to come to Longview. It's still coming. They come up with an excuse or something, which they could do. Highland Park got the money, But everything's good, but that was just fishy, right? That was just kind of funny that they was playing them. Maybe if they was playing Pine Tree like JT was playing, maybe they would have played the game or something. I don't know, but other than that, we out of that, and so now it's like I said, I'm still used to saying JT. I know you probably still used to saying JT, Chris. But what do you even think about this name change? I'm gonna tell you what I think about this in a minute. What do you think about the name change?
Well. Let me say this about the name change. I was gonna. Rob kind of gave y'all a pinch of salt. You know what I was gonna say about the name change thing. I was gonna throw it in there during my little segment. But here's the deal. You know, I'm one person, and this is me, you know, talking to the world, of course, so this is my first time getting it out there. I probably ain't gonna have as much to say about the name change as everybody else, but here's the deal. Of course, some of us didn't know this, some of us forgot it, some of us already knew it. I know the older generation, it probably hit them just like that. You know, it used to be Tyler High School before it came John Tyler High School. You know what I'm saying? I think it was 58, 59, it became John Tyler. But I really didn't, you know what I'm saying? But let me say this. Long story short, and somebody can try to penalize me on here, but we probably going to be, I don't want to speak for Rob. I don't like putting words in somebody else's mouth, but on my end, I'm going to speak for me at the moment. I'm probably going to be saying John Tyler. This whole rest of on here, you're going to hear me say John Tyler. That's just what I know. That's just what the heart is. I'll say Tyler. It's cool. I mean, I could just drop. I don't want y'all saying, "Oh, Chris or CJ." He can't say Tyler. Just take the John off. Just say Tyler. I can, but I'm sorry. I'm just speaking with passion. I'm just gonna say John Tyler. And if I gotta say something about Lee, yeah, I said it. I know what I said. I'm gonna say Lee. I might not say Legacy or Tyler Legacy.
I'd never say that.
You know what I'm saying? So, this is our platform. We're gonna say it like, you know, it ain't like you know who we talking about. You know, so, and I don't know if anybody's mind done changed, but they, you know, I don't know if somebody would, you know, be, I don't want to really use the word tripping, but uncomfortable with us saying John Tyler because, you know, not like I say, I'm sure Lee, they got more of I'm saying the Lee community probably had more of a time adjusting the Legacy rather than John Tyler adjusting the Tyler because you know, you really just taking the John off and Tyler, that's the city we in. So, you know, but I can't speak for the Lee community, but I know the big talk was taken from this. This is just what I heard that Legacy, why would they change it to Legacy? You know, what's that? You didn't hear much about Tyler. Well, they used to be called Tyler High School, so ain't no big deal. And of course, the players, coaches, all that, they don't, you know, just what I'm hearing, they you know, I'm lost for words right now. But the community, the pride is still there. That's basically what I'm saying. The pride is still there. So it's still going to be Cujo. That ain't took nothing away. We don't, even though, you know, we don't like to use Cujo too much. It's more of a playoff thing, but Cujo's Cujo. I'll say it now. You know, you know who I'm talking about. Because, hey, it's the pride within us. We in the Cujo family. So yeah, we can say we want to. But I'm going to let Rob get back and do his thing, and then I'm going to come back on. But I need to say that because, you know, we had to give our opinion on that. But I'm glad Rob brought this up because I had to say that. I wanted to make it clear.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be saying John Tyler on accident. Let me be clear. So, you know, it's kind of like, let me just go and bring it up. It's kind of like what I messaged Rob about recently about the Washington. I almost said the name. The Washington football team. We just play and say Washington, but you know sometimes we accidentally say the mascot like the Lions or the.
Reggie was ended up saying Redskins on Skip Bayless show. He said the Redskins.
Ah, damn! I must have missed it. Now I got to go back and. I must have missed that segment, but you see what I'm saying? So. We're talking about the football team. So you see what I'm saying? You know, we wouldn't, if we had to cover I almost said the name, but I ain't gonna go to jail or nothing. But look, if we was covering Washington, the football team, See, we would really have to be careful because we know one of us might slip up. We human, so look. But see, I had to throw that example out there. I'll let Rob get back to this thing, and But just remember, it's John Tyler in our hearts, okay? But we can say Tyler because it's the Rose City, and that's where we from.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Football, that's funny. You lose to the football team. That's just funny. I like how Shannon Sharp said he like the football team. That's just funny.
They need to get a mascot. This is embarrassing. I'm sorry.
You call them the Braves or something. I don't know. Anyway, we can do let me go ahead and say what I know about the name change. Let me go ahead and just say it. People might not like it. Some people might. I'm not trying to do no race thing or whatever, but okay. JT Lee. Okay, we all know Robert Lee. Clearly, everybody knows who Robert E. Lee was, the Confederate general of the Confederate Army. And I have no idea how that name came to be a school, but I'm guessing this town was built on that stuff. I'm not going to get to it, but that's clear. And the flags and all that stuff, I heard back in the 60s or 70s. And if y'all never got my list, like I said, some of my listeners are older than me and know about this, so let me know about the rebel flag. They used to be cutting around at Lee and the gangs and stuff where they were the rebels. Now the rebels that was the problem. The Raiders aren't the problem. That wasn't the problem. The Red Raiders, that's a different thing. The rebels was the thing, because that's the thing. And that flag that everybody's carrying around these days is not the rebel flag that the Confederate Army carried around at battle. That flag is more representative. If you carry that flag, you represent that flag. Kind of re-emerged back in the 50s, they said, with the Ku Klux Klan and all that stuff, and the redneck people and all this, and pretty much it's saying you support slavery and race. It's pretty much a racist thing. And I know A-Ball and that you had the flag thing on their album cover back then, and then I look at y'all like that's kind of a stupid thing for them to do, because that flag simply represent racism. It doesn't represent the Confederate flag. It doesn't represent Southern pride or nothing of that. All these, some of the white people, I'm gonna say because that's how most people do that. They say Southern pride and all that. It doesn't represent that. So that flag is not the Confederate flag that the Confederate Army took. Anyway, with that being said, the school thing. This school, it's been there for years. So I'm gonna take a quote from one of my favorite shows, which is Lost. It was season 5. They went back in time. They tried to go back in time. They tried to change something. But the scientist, I was like, you can't really change time. Whatever happened, happened. And that's how I feel. Whatever happened, happened. John Tyler, who was named after the city, whatever, had slaves. His son inherited his slave business, but he didn't really believe in the slave thing, but he did it because that was what you had to do back then. We can't change it. It happened. So we've been for years taking all these whole years we was going through these schools that was named after these people. And now in 2020, when it's the cool thing, it's the in thing to start supporting the Black Lives Matter and everything that's offensive to anybody. Now it's like the in thing that people want to start doing things, changing names and changing. But back, come on, for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, we was going to these schools. John Tyler was still John Tyler. Nobody really said much about it. And I was like, because it was like whatever. It's the past. It's just built on history. That's the history. You can't stop slavery. You can't rename it. You can't go back and change slavery. It happened, and we gotta just move on forward. But now the Robert E. Lee thing, look, Tyler Lee, that was what they've been calling. That's really what they've been calling for the most time. So I really didn't see what was the difference in changing from Lee to Legacy. And I knew as soon as they said Legacy, everybody's gonna have a problem because they have to make the seem like they're trying to make that name stand out more than JT. And y'all should have known that, but we'll probably never call them Legacy. Most of the people still gonna say Lee. Even the people who agree with the name change still gonna find themselves saying Lee. And everybody at JT still gonna be saying JT. I get on the phone right now. I see people still talking. The dudes on the fan, the JT fans are still saying JT. So it's built in how we've been known to know. It's not about we support this, we support this. It's not about no race or black or white. It's just what this is how this town was built. I mean, you change the name of Tower High, it's still Tower. Y'all want to get the what was so offensive about the John? If it's still named after Tyler, you have to change the whole city of Tyler to another name if everything was offensive. So I thought it was a waste of money, waste of time. And I had a thought that I was finna talk about. Yeah, speaking of this thing about like everything, all these people changing things and the Black Lives Matter and all that, and people, like I say, don't think everybody's for you. Don't think all these businesses, because they do something, they're supporting the black movement or something. Because I'm telling you what, EA Sports did. Madden 2016, Colin Kaepernick was in the game. He was in the game. Now this is when he was on the back sideline at this time, protesting and stuff. But I mean, he had like a silver card. It wasn't a good card, like 65 overall. So when it came time to make the golden tickets, like this thing called golden ticket, you can make a super card. You can use anybody on in the rock that's on the roster or not, even free agent, anybody. I think he became a free agent by this time, and so yeah, he was a free agent. They made a rule that you cannot make a free agent, just so they cannot put Colin Kaepernick in the game. They did it just because so they could not put Colin Kaepernick in the game. And then so far to bleep his name out the two songs that was on the soundtrack. The Big Sean song and the one with YG. I think it was the one with YG and the other was another one. And they said, "Oh, it's our bad. It was a big mistake. We didn't mean to bleed his song." Because YG and Big Sean got mad about it. Like, y'all bleeding our song, bleeding his name out of our verse and stuff. So he ended up saying, "Hey," they ended up changing it, and now his name was said back in there. But if you go up at the next Madden, that's a dude's son. His name still bleeded out on that one. But what I'm saying, they kept everything they can to keep away from doing anything to do with Colin Kaepernick. But all of a sudden, this year, a few weeks ago, they put him in the game. Oh, Colin Kaepernick's back. He's an 81 overall quarterback, and he's this and that. We've been trying. Now they support him. Like I said, it's that's what I'm saying. With this school, this name change, it's all because everybody's riding the wave. Everybody's riding this wave of, oh, now it's the end thing to do this. Man, people didn't really care about it years ago, and now these people, they trying to, because they don't want their whatever to get messed up. People start riding and breaking stuff and breaking homes. So now our businesses is getting affected. Oh, we don't want to lose our money. Let's just try to calm these people down or something, But like I said, that's what I think. But I still think everybody said, like I said, JT Lee, that's what it's probably gonna be. You can't just. It take a lot of time to get used to it, but I guess it'll get used to it. But anyway, let's get into some football. Chapel Hill Bulldogs. Welcome to everybody that's everybody that's from Chapel Hill, listening to this. Because I said I'm gonna post it here too. I'm still talking about y'all. We might get a separate one for the Chapel Hill Bulldogs as well. If you want, let me know. Y'all want questions? I'm gonna have my email. So you want to ask us any questions, we can answer them here about football, anything, sports, NFL. This questions. How this send an email. We'll answer them on here and stuff. But we're gonna get into this. First of all, we're gonna get into JT, and first, so you got anything from Chapel Hill before I do anything? Because I don't get there. You're not gonna be a long. But I'm gonna get a rundown for what they did since they had some games already.
Oh, I ain't gonna have much as you, but I'll just throw a thought in there. I keep thinking about since Chapel Hill, they officially 2-1 on the season. Started out hot. Cam Ford, the stats is crazy. Him starting off. I'm actually happy for Chapel Hill. They look like they're getting back on track. We're only 3 games in, but I gotta throw a thought in there. I actually talked to the D-line coach randomly. I ran into him randomly, and he told me, he told about a play on the D-line, a sophomore, and he told me they should be really good. He was humble about it. He wasn't cocky or nothing or arrogant, but he just told me. And I look up and I see, man, I see how they, I ain't been to any games yet, but I see them 2-0, and I see how they beating these teams, and they starting out fast, and I'm like, I keep thinking about what he told me. I'm like, obviously, because like I say, it all happens on. You can tell me how, like I say, we could talk about how talented JT is. Oh, they got these players, but You know, it all counts what they do on the field, just like basketball. I mean, hey, and just like with the analysts talking about the Buccaneers, they got all this talent. They got all this talent.
Still got the L.
Yeah, and it's only one game, and they possibly facing the NFC favorite to probably go to the Super Bowl, maybe in a lot of people's eyes. But it's still one game in. Let's see what they do tomorrow against a team they should beat, Carolina Panthers, but we ain't going to talk about that right now. But that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So Chapel Hill looking real good, and I'm looking for we're going to be keeping my eyes on him, especially Rob, since he's a Chapel Hill alum now. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, well, actually they're 3-1. They just lost last week. Well, to this last night. They're terrible, yeah.
I apologize. 4 games instead of 3. I'm sorry. I forgot about the...
Yeah, Terrell was the last.
Or was the scrimmage? Oh, that was the first game. My bad, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rob. Do you think?
Chapel Hill, good guys. Like I said, they got Cam here. I think that they got with the Splendor, and Cam pretty much showed out in that game. And let me see if they can give me some stats here right quick. If I can see Cam's stats and what's this? Max Press don't put everything on here like they usually do. Yeah, they do 1 minute. Okay, anyway, they beat them 65-33. And I heard the Splendor team wasn't a great team, so it's a team they should have beat. But this team that I'm looking at, last year, it's a whole different team from last year when I seen them play. I think I saw the White House game and the other game, and their offense was not even as explosive as it is now. And it just took Cam Ford to come in here and just change the whole game. This offense, they're pretty much a running team still, and they ran the ball pretty well that first game. They're asking about 260 a game right now on the ground. Now the passing, that was always a problem with Chapel Hill. The games I've been seeing, they never had a clear good passer. But see, Cam is really came around, and he's starting to really show what he could have did last year at JT. And we know all the story, but they won't want to get into the story, the pass. But JT, Chapel Hill, they're looking like the only thing they got defense is going to be the problem. They've given up 33, 42, and 56 last 4 games. So defensively, they're going to be kind of tested. It's going to be this way they have them. They're going to score. They're going to be like a White House. Remember Pat Mahomes' White House team had a horrible defense, but they could score 50, 60 points a game. I'm thinking they're going to probably have to struggle like that to get some win out. The last 54-14, he ended up, I think Cam got hurt, and he hurt his non-throwing hand. So I still had to talk to his dad to see if he was how much did he play in that game against Senator when they lost 14-56. But it looks like he probably didn't play much after the injury. So that's something to look into. But I'm liking what I see from this team, and then showing what he do with this. What's this thing about it? The last 2 games last year, if Cam would have just started and played, we could be talking about a whole different story here of JT maybe coming out, not playing against who they lose to, Tomball, maybe going to Lufkin. No, they would have to avoid. They would have lost. They would have avoided Lufkin, but maybe they needed to go to Lufkin and beat them because you see what Texas High did to them. Maybe that was what they needed to do. Get that place to Lufkin. They could have gave them a lot of confidence, and they could have got through the playoffs. And hey, you never know what would happen. Who won the state championship last year? I know it wasn't Highland Park. And then it was like a Duncanville. I don't remember. It was a team that nobody really thought about, I think, for 5A. I'm thinking. I gotta look it up. I'm pretty sure it was one of those teams that nobody really thought about. They were winning. But yeah. Now they got to go against Athens. 4-0 Athens. They're pretty good right now. So Chapel Hill, Athens is the next game. And then they go against Lindale, which CJ was saying about them. They got a pretty good team. They beat Gilmer.
I almost beat Gilmer. Lost by a touchdown.
They did?
Yeah. 56-49. I figured Gil might come back in the second half because I was monitoring the score.
Yeah,
I'm like, that would have been a monumental win.
Yeah.
Everybody know Gil. So, and little old Lindale come up there to Buckeye Stadium where they hardly lose to.
Yeah, they sure do.
So,
I said they got Maybank. This is I got to tell y'all a story about this because I see Maybank on Chapel's schedule. Now, I never heard of Maybank ever until I was playing in 8th grade. And they finally got on our schedule. And we never knew what it was. So they wasn't on the map. They're like, no, there was like some Maybank's on the map. But Chapel is on the map. And we was talking about, yeah, we're going to put ourselves on the map. They got, we heard of Maybank. We never heard of Maybank. Why isn't Chapel on the map? Like the map, the geographic map. And so we was playing the game against Maybank. And it was kind of like a rival of us just because we was like two unknown schools or something. But it was one of these games. I got in the block. It was a muddy game. And like, when I used to play at Chapel Hill, our coaches would never call pass plays. We would just run the ball every single play, right 32 base. It was built in my head. Right 32 base is what we was gonna run, and we was gonna run that and run that and run that and run it. Now, one time we was gonna do a pass. We had this pass play we was gonna do. We had practiced it in class in school in practice, and who was the guy that didn't know what he was doing? We was going to do it, and then we couldn't because, was it Tim Whitehead? Old Whitehead. Didn't know what to do. And so they called time out and took us off of it. Now, we can't do it. Right back to 32 base. I was so mad because I was going to get in and go. He had me, I think Tim or somebody else. And we was going to go out there and run this. It was a 3-receiver set, and we couldn't run it. Because Tim did something like he didn't know what to do. I was all like, come on now. But anyway, this Maybank game, it was muddy, it was just slippery everywhere, and I'm lined up, we was on the goal line, and I get up and I grab this guy, and I grab by his face mask. I don't know why they didn't call a flag, and I grabbed his face mask and I dragged him into the ground, and we scored a touchdown. The dude didn't run my way, but I think he kind of ran my way. But still, I was so happy about that. I was like, "Did you see that block I made?" I was going on the side like, "Yeah, I see that." I was like hyped about making a block that it was probably a legal block, and I should have got a flag. And I was like, right there, they were like, "Yeah, Rob, we seen it. Yeah, man, we seen it. Yeah, we seen it." And everybody on my team was like, it was nothing. It was exciting to me because I made a block because we didn't do nothing but block anyway. But yeah, I was like, who was that guy used to block for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Hines Ward. Well, we was like, I could be Hines Ward. I was going. Well, if you couldn't block, you couldn't play Chapel Hill B team football. We was a B team. But yeah, that's what it is, man. Everybody Chapel Hill help y'all. We're gonna hopefully see what happens at this next week. But now, let's get into it. Cujo JT, they played against Pine Tree. The control game, they lost 7-0. I watched a little bit of it on YouTube, and I seen some things. I heard Pine Tree has a quarterback that's pretty fast, and I seen him do a weight option. He was flying. Like, this dude, somebody was on the phone was talking about how good he was, and I seen it. Like, Pine Tree might be a legit contender for this year. But like, that quarterback he the real deal, pretty fast. So with that being said, the quarterback situation here, I know we said a lot about Sanchez. I said a lot about Sanchez. I called him Mark Sanchez last year, and people got mad. I don't know how far. I want to see how many episodes we can go through before everybody gets mad at us and want to take us off the air. I want to see how many episodes do we go before everybody gets mad and takes us off the air. I'm going to count 3 before the people who got mad last year get mad again. But that's a good story. That's all the new fans. They're not new no more. So now we got these other new fans. There might be some new mothers that's gonna have to listen to this and have to go through the same thing the other ones get through. They were freshmen last year, so now these new mothers they're sophomores, so they're more hip to the game now. So Sanchez, people said it again, he's not going to be the guy you want to put in the game and be. He's not a running threat. Not a running threat, and he wasn't last year, and he got a little better throwing, a little better for his throwing. But his deep throw and stuff, like, that was the whole thing. I think he couldn't be the starter because last year they had to take him out and put Isaiah Thomas in just to throw a deep pass. Like, you can't. And who said that? Who's the guy? Now I just heard. I gotta know this. Who says it's a great NFL quarterback? You got 2 quarterbacks, you got none.
Yep.
Who says that? Is it John Madden? Don Shula? I think it's John Madden.
Damn you.
Yeah, I think it's John Madden.
See, I gotta confirm that because I
think it was John Madden. Though. You got 2 quarterbacks, you got none, and that was like last year. That's kind of what it was, because they had Cam, but the stuff going on. But you switching in now quarterbacks. You did that with Cadillac and the other guy Warren, and you see how that worked out. Then when Cadillac became the sole starter. Bam, you see how they should have went to state and won. They pretty much got cheated on by a Highland Park holding call. But they stuck with Cadillac the whole way, and they went all the way to what should have been a state championship. That team right there could have easily won state, because the team they played next week would have been blown out by Highland Park. And JT would have just did them easily. So, that's the thing. Pinkett, like I said, I've been knowing, I've seen since he was a kid, since a little boy. So I know about Pinkett. I know what he is, and I know when he was a freshman in 8th grade, they was putting him everywhere. Cornerback, safety, this is how I knew Cam and him was gonna be a big 1-2 thing, because him and Cam were alternating quarterback thing. Now that wasn't really a 2 quarterback system, because he was kind of coming in for gadget plays and stuff, but he was playing receiver. He would be like Cordell Stewart guy, what JT was doing when they was. That's when he was a freshman, so that's about 3 years ago. So that's how I know it now. I mean, Cam was still Cam. He was still just one of the fastest guys on the team, just blowing through guys. And so I knew that the offense is going to be when these guys come up to the varsity. This offense is going to be kind of explosive. And we see what happened. Pinkett had a good, last year, he made a lot of pretty good runs, but he could just not go down. And now he's the quarterback, which I'm pretty sure leaning towards he's going to be the starter. And it's kind of one guy said on the phone, the team's going to go as he goes. So however good Pinkett plays is pretty much going to be how this team might play. I think Wade is the top receiver now. And they say the receivers dropping the ball last year was a big problem. This year isn't the problem. They say I'm looking at it, doesn't seem like they drop as much. They're going to be dropping more passes this year than last year, because they got more experience. But still a young team. I think there's some sophomores on this team, more sophomores than seniors, I believe. But I'm not sure now. Don't quote me, but I know it's about. I heard the numbers it's about 50 now on this team now, so it's not the team, the 30-man squad. So you shouldn't be seeing 2 people playing both ways or somebody playing both ways on this team. You should be able to see a lot of depth now and a lot of different things. The running game's still the running game. They always got good running backs. But the biggest problem will be the quarterback. I had a quote, like I said, another thing from the phone. Pretty much somebody says JT it's going to be a while before they have a sole Greg Ward type quarterback or something. Might be a while, but a lot of people been raving about this freshman guy who was I believe he's playing receiver now for the varsity. So I don't know if they say he might have got a snap in or something, but it was mostly Pinkett and Sanchez and another guy who got some snaps. But I don't know. If you're looking at if Pinkett started to struggle, you really can't just put in Sanchez to just go in there and because he's only built to hand the ball off and throw the ball, some sort of dump off. So you have to change your whole. You can't mid game just change your whole offense mid game. So I'm thinking if you're gonna go with Pinkett and have this quarterback, you should take that freshman guy, make him the backup, keep your athletic quarterback, because that's the offense you're trying to run. The offense I see JT trying to run is like a off option type of kind of like what Lufkin kind of used to play with the 2 running back sets in the back, three receivers, 2 running backs on each side. That's what they're kind of running. That's their main base play. Quarterback comes off on a keeper, or he might hand it off, which is that's kind of what their offense is built like from what I saw. So we'll see with Texas how they defense was on a 4-3 now. They went back to a 4-3. I think that'll be good since back in the glory days, JT, the Bowsers and all that, they was cutting off them edges, them two defensive tackles used to have with Pierre Leonard and the other guy,
Braylon Jones.
Man, who two defensive tackles like that? Like what team had two stud defensive tackles like that on the field like at once? That's a monster. That was a monster defense. Now, if they didn't have Bowser. Bowser was left.
Yeah, he left.
This thing if they would have Bowser, Leonard, and Jones all on the line. Wow.
It's the thing, if you can make an all JT team,
I'll put them on the line. But yeah, I think with the Texas High coming up, they got a pretty big recruit. I think, and Shed knows, he was been telling me about this big superstar guy that they got. It's supposed to be, was a receiver, running back, something like that.
I will get into it.
Yeah, he was
very brief.
Yeah, so they got to take Texas High next week. First game of the season, but like I said, it's just the first game, so you can't don't just throw the season away. Oh, it's over. If they lose or they struggle, it's gonna be you're gonna see kind of pretty much what last year was. Take last year and just give it a little bit, maybe a little bit better, but you're gonna see a little bit of the same as last year until maybe the middle of the season or something. So that's what's going to end up happening. I'm thinking for this season, they're still a young team, but they might get better. They should get better as the season goes on. But these first 3 games, then they don't got hard games, so they're probably going to be competitive games, or they're going to be like close scores. But I'm not going to see any blowouts or getting blown out. Texas High might be the toughest team they play. Then after they go to Lee, Legacy, whatever, was it Nacogdoches, and then a Dallas school. So I think Horn, yeah. Or no, Horn. I say Horn's gonna be the toughest. I say Texas High is the second toughest, and then Horn will be the toughest. And then the first game in between, I'm gonna give them those probably those are winnable for them, JT, because you don't know what Lee gonna look like and what offense they running or whatever. They're bringing. I think they're bringing a new coach again too. How many coaches how can they do this? They had actually made the playoffs last year. No, they didn't make the playoffs last year.
Playoffs? They were trying to win a game.
Playoffs. Where's the Hall? Remember Zach Hall?
Zach Hall. Lord help us. Zach Hall.
That dude.
Chance Amy. It's just long.
I remember Amber, he was at Syracuse. I haven't seen him play, but I know he went to Syracuse. I haven't seen him play yet. Yeah, Chance Amy was a beast too. Like that was the last 2 good quarterbacks Lee had that I know.
Yeah, we don't want to get on the one last year.
Yeah, it was Trevor Lawrence looking like that.
That's funny. They dare him to beat you. Throw them up.
But
Marion Miller, you better stack the box.
Yeah.
Lord, what did I say?
Oh yeah, is he back?
Yeah.
Miller? Oh yeah, that's good. Wow.
Back like Cook. Now look.
Yeah, but since we're doing football, now we talking to CJ about this. So the football season, he can tell you more about these studs that's gonna come that JT got to face.
Okay, well, what's happening? Look, here's the deal. Let me start off by saying this. Yeah, we shaking off a little rust today, but Rob, he has a lot of thoughts, so it's basically like, you see these games just like Skip, Shannon, Max, Stephen A. They ready to get to it Monday morning. Ooh, these games, hey, just like tomorrow, we'll have to be watching these games so we can see what's going on. Just like this coming Thursday night at Trinity Mother Francis Rose Stadium. I'll get into that in a second. But let me say this, man. I was saving my overall thoughts for this right here. Like I said, people been waiting since March, since this pandemic hit. Well, we gonna have a season? Well, we not. Me and Rob communicating. We back on the air now. We back at it after a very long time. November, December type stuff. But see, here's the deal. We're gonna get to see some football. See. The thing is, it's so weird right now. Well, until it, it's gonna. When this season gets kicked off, because it's teams right now 3 games in, something like that. Yeah. But this will be JT's first game, Good thing is, be Texas High's first game too. So, but here's the deal. It's kind of what I mean by being weird is, you know, you ain't got no spring ball, ain't got no 7-on-7, and of course, you know, just like the pros, not having a preseason, only having a training camp, no OTAs, none of that, you know. So, and it's just like what college football is dealing with. But like I say, NFL done kicked off good, college football done kicked off good. So, you know, high school, you know, I know it's going to be different. Of course, it's the lower level, lower than college football, lower than NFL, obviously. But, you know, but hey, this is how athletes got to do. Y'all got to make it's just like when it comes to what's the key to survival? Adaptation. It's just what it is. It's what we doing. It's what they're going to have to put on display starting out Thursday and then go from there. Take it day by day, week by week. But going back to the no spring ball and no 7-on-7, see, you know, especially since we don't know who the starting quarterback going to be since, you know, last year starting quarterback Cam Ford transferred back to Chapel Hill. Now he's doing his thing, lead his team to a winning record to start off the season. So, and then, you know, Rob briefly talked on the quarterback issue. It's going to be Sanchez. It's going to be this guy. It's going to be this guy.
Well, easily Pinkett.
Yeah.
I think Pinkett should be the start. Pinkett's probably going to start the game, start the season, and this is how he goes. How he plays is kind of be how the team goes, pretty much. He's the best guy on the team. Best quarterback right now, I think, for them. Because he can run and pass a little bit.
And see, the thing about me is I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to get out there. I'm ready to see it so I can analyze it more and all that. Like I say, Thursday night we're going to see what happens against Texas High. Very formidable opponent. Very formidable. And like the start this year, I'm going to be able to analyze, I'm going to be able to see what should be done like last year. But I'm going to speak briefly on it. I'm sure JT fans, all JT fans can say this. Hey, we just ready to see some more up-tempo offense. We ready. We missed that up-tempo, able to pound it, able to throw it down the field, able to mix it up. Of course, Rob spoke on it. One of the biggest problems, a lot of receivers, especially early in the year. Got later in the year, they got a little better catching the football, but a lot of drops, I was just, it crossed my mind about when we played Longview. Haynes King, he went to the bakery and got a few turnovers, and we couldn't do nothing about it. And they still blew us out. They turned the football over 3, 4, 5 times. Couldn't do nothing with it. So look, we used to being able to score. JT used to be able to score. So I'm trying to see, is it going to be some pop this year in the offense? I'll be honest with you right now. I don't know much what to expect until it gets out on the field. That's just, what it is. We all at ground zero right now. Only people that know is the coaches. So, but like I say, it's about to get kicked off. And, I'm going to get into another thing. I'm going to run through the schedule, tell you the opponents and all that. Just a quick run through of the schedule. But that's just what I was saying. It's just going to be weird. It's going to be weird. You're starting to say it's almost October and we kicking off the season. But, hey, it's still going to be football. We still going to be in a frenzy this year. Still going to be giving y'all some, good content, and hopefully, we hopefully it'll be a successful year. All right, we try to get back to Cujo winning football. That's just what it is. And you got some formidable opponents on this schedule. I'm gonna run them off to you, but of course Thursday night you got Texas High coming to town, and I'm ready to see about this stud they got, Clayton Smith. Made first team all preseason in the state of Texas. The commit to Oklahoma. Yeah, the Sooners. Yeah, that part. Hey, playing linebacker and receiver. They say he's probably gonna play linebacker in college, but he makes plays on both sides of the ball. 6'4", I think like 6'4", and something like that. But I'm ready to see it, man. I heard everywhere you look, you hearing about this stud. So Clayton Smith, you gotta keep the eyes on him Thursday night. By the way, what I'm hearing, I don't know if this gonna be every game, but I don't speak on this game. I'm hearing 50% capacity in the stadium. So you know. I'm keeping that in my mind as we play Legacy. I said it right. I was trying to say League. I said Legacy. But when they play Legacy League on October 2nd, that'll be the second game. Hey, Lee got a stud on the defensive line. I'm hearing about. He made the All East Texas Dream Team. Garfield Lawrence, 6'4", 240.
Nice.
Yeah, we had to deal with him on the D line. I'm hearing about him. So, that'll be October 2nd. So, hey, people don't have to plan, because 50% capacity, I got to be at the game. I got to see the games. I guess I got to get there earlier. I don't know.
They got to get tickets online or something.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. Yeah, that part. So, I'll be keeping that in mind. But anyway, October 9th, heading to NAC to play the Nacogdoches Dragons, old rival. Then you got October 16th, Mesquite Horn. They'll head to Mesquite. Got a lot of away games on here. But October 23rd, McKinney North at that such and such, however much that stadium costs. Real nice, by the way. I like to see it in person. But then you got November 6th, West Mesquite. Back to Mesquite. They got to go back to Mesquite. West Mesquite, they usually make the playoffs, so that'll be a formidable opponent. Yeah. Then you got November 13th, Wiley East. Got to head to Wiley.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, so, they'll probably go get that dub. I don't know. But anyway, I won't speak too much into existence. November 20th. See, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen between 9 November, because as Rob said about the Highland Park situation, because guess who comes to Tyler?
Oh, yeah.
Highland Park. Coming to Tyler. I think we owe them something, so, but I ain't saying that. I'm just saying what they owe, but you got to play the look. I mean, we ain't going to talk about that. We're going to leave that in the past, right? November 27th, Sherman. Bearcats got to head to Sherman. And the end of the year, this is going to be weird for two reasons. You end the year with Longview, but the game is going to be on December 4th. That's when playoff games should be going. Well, we know why that is, why the season is like it is, because of the pandemic. So, Longview will come to Tyler, and, old rivalry, so we don't have to talk much about the Longview thing, and we'll see how they, do this year.
I heard they had a fight in the scrimmage last night.
Yeah, I saw somebody share on Facebook about the...
they played Texas High, actually. They had I think one of the guys on the forum, they were so embarrassed, like, it's embarrassing, and I'm glad. They said that Coach King made them run like sprints after the game. They was like running for like hours or something. Like, he was mad.
Yeah, we can tell Coach King don't play. Well, let me say this. I'm gonna mention one player returning to defense. Of course, I'm sure we're gonna hear his name a lot this year, flying around the football. Safety Travion Yates. Hey, look, 3-year starter. Or 2 years, something like that. Last year as a junior, 113 tackles, 3 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles. Well, fumble recoveries, 2 fumble recoveries. Look, just another playmaking secondary player, player in the secondary. So, look, I know I heard that name a lot last year, so, look, I'm be looking for him. Look, we're going to be talking about more players this year. Let's see what happens on the field. That's all I'm saying. So we started a clean slate, basically. But, hey, it's John Tyler. That's what we expect. There's expectations. But who can you really prepare for? You don't know what's on. You almost, Texas High probably don't know what to expect. They got a little film, probably. But, like I say, you better bring your A game, because I'm sure Texas High going to show up. And you always got to bring your A game with Texas High. Sometimes this Texas High team is better than this one, but they always formidable. I mean, it just, that's just what it is. But as I get off of here, look, let me say this. Before I get these shout outs, I'm going to just shout out a few people, because I show love. I always see the ones that's really working and everything. There's going to be more shout outs to come. But, ladies and gentlemen, we back. We back to give y'all some real stuff. We back to give y'all, it's just a no huddle runoff, undisputed runoff. And that's just what it is. That's just what we love to do. It ain't easy, but it's the passion. So, but for everybody, look, I'm finna get into one shot I got to start off with, speaking of JT, but look, everybody just gear up. Whether you're a Chapel Hill fan, I'll say this, whether you're a Chapel Hill fan, Lee fan, JT fan, shout out to the schools that have already got their season underway and doing their thing. Just, hey, man, this the season. Hey, it's fall season, high school football. I know some people really don't care about the high school football, but hey, this is young athletes putting it all on the line, sacrificing. Just like JT practicing 5, 6, 7 in the morning. Hey, sacrifice to get to that next level. Sacrifice, hey, to learn stuff as young men. It's just the ultimate sacrifice. So, hey, show these brothers some love, man. But let me get these shout outs. Let me start with a shout out. I'll be honest, I don't know her personally like that, but I've been seeing her put in work, and I know this will be some helpful information or something. Shout out to Miss Tammy Thompson. Y'all can find her on Facebook, TAMMY Thompson. She got a deal going on some JT shirts and some masks. So hey, get ready for Thursday night. Hit up on Facebook. That's TAMMY and Thompson, THOMPSON. Get your she got some nice stuff on there. She do an amazing job on gear. So head over there, hit her up, get your shirts and your masks. Also, I want to shout out to a couple special ones doing their thing. Miss Savion Johnson and Miss Deshawn Talk today. Look, y'all do this, man. They've been consistent on these mukbang, doing these food reviews, doing black-owned businesses lately and all that. Look, follow their channel. Hit up, look, Fat and Unfiltered on YouTube. Follow their YouTube channel. Hey, they drop stuff on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week, doing their thing. Hey, and just hit, and also like the page, I believe, F.U. for Fat and Unfiltered. Mukbang, search it on Facebook, like the page. Also, shout out to Reggie Dwayne Carter doing his thing on the websites, putting in work, giving y'all this social media training to flourish. As a lot of,
Hey, I got to do that. Now, Reggie, now you got to open me something, Reggie, because we just talked about the sponsorship, and he just shouted you out. I didn't even say nothing about it. He just shouted you out. So now I'm going to tell you, what's this? 54, 55, 52, 56. Listen to that. Okay, now. Okay.
Yeah, Reggie. Hey, man, I've been knowing Reggie for a minute, man. I missed them full court basketball games at the YMCA. But he out here doing his thing. Look, the community done just embraced him. He doing his thing. I know he got some haters out there, and then he got some lovers. But hey, it is what it is. He done took it and ran with it. Anybody need a website, you hit up Reggie Dwayne Carter. That's your man for the websites. They about to open up the Social Media Academy and shout out to Miss Lucretia Stewart doing her thing with the Lash. They got the Lash Academy opening October 3rd. So you know what it is. Also, I got to shout out 2 more people. Well, 3 more. Shout out to Miss Yasmin Jordan, just had a birthday. Thank you for supporting the brand. Much love to you. Shout out to Shayna Wright. Look, any actors or aspiring actresses out there, hit up Shayna Wright, SHANAWRIGHT on Facebook, because they got a casting call coming up September 26th at the studio in Longview, Texas. Shout out to Texas Finest Secret. Also, shout out to Miss Kendria Shackelford doing her thing, and thank you for trusting in me. And, we got the show coming up in November, though. Shout out to the Rip the Run Rate show. Shout out to the models that's in it. And she's also writing up short films. Get with her if you're trying to be in a short film also. CANDREA Shackelford on Facebook. Hit her up. Thanks for everybody listening. And listen, anybody that's having a misunderstanding with anything we say, I'm speaking on the whole season. You know, message us. You know what I'm saying? Look, we just trying to give y'all the real deal. We don't hate on nobody. I'm speaking for me and Rob. Hey, analysts and journalists go through this all the time. But some people scared to speak their mind. We don't never mean no disrespect. We just gonna give y'all a real deal because people want to hear that, and we try to be, you know, not biased. You know what I'm saying? We try to be fair and impartial. So, with that being said, salute to everybody. Hey, maybe I'll see y'all at a game soon. Enjoy the season. It's here. It's Thursday night this week, not Friday. Thursday night, Rose Stadium. Get there early. I'm just saying. And wear them masks though. And let's stay safe. I'll let you.
Honestly, so the mask thing, that's gonna bother me. So hope if I don't know this game, I might not make this game. I'm pretty sure it won't, but for sure, Highland Park, Longview, I'm not gonna miss those, but I'm still gonna be the other ones too. But I'm gonna be watching stream. I'll probably be watching the stream of Texas High and stuff. So I'll be watching. But shout outs. I'm gonna say this, shout outs because I see a lot of people who share and be down with me, but they don't really down with you. So I don't really shout out a lot of people right now because I want to see if they really down with you. Like people like CJ. CJ is sharing my stuff plenty of times. But there's people that do stuff they don't even share or subscribe to your page and nothing. But I do want to say a shout out to my boy out there in California, Javon Lakey. This dude, he was on my show last year, a podcast. This dude, let him tell me how humble people are, and people entirely need to sit down and stop acting like you're superstars. This dude has a $1.5 million house now, cash. He sold his house for $995 or something, and this house he just bought on the beach is $1.5 million. He drives a Lamborghini. If you see his stream, he's the funniest dude on YouTube. You would never think this dude has money like that. You never think it because he doesn't act that way. He's been on my show. We talk. I done messaged him, everything. So shout out to him. He made it. He's not even on YouTube. He only got like 2,000 subscribers. He's not even one of those big time. But still, he makes videos like classic videos. If you want to see a classic, go this video is against some of these mad YouTubers he make. I think what's the one? Skimbo. The one called Skimbo. That's the funniest one. Oh no, the Young Kill video. Yo, Mama Jump. Just look at it. I'm telling you, you're gonna listen to that song. It's gonna be in your head all day. But shout out to him, CJ, if you like that. Shout out to Pookie. What's the next play? What's the next?
Oh yeah, let's okay, yeah. Libras, inbox me, CJ Jones on Facebook. Poor Roderick Evers on Facebook. He got his Players Ball coming up. He's a Libra too, October 3rd at the new spot. Inbox me for.
Yeah, new spot. In the Empire no more?
It'll be at Exotic, Highway 64.
That's strip club?
No. See, we'll say we might cover a separate podcast. We still got some stuff to talk going on. The ladies need to hear, probably some gentlemen too.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna keep it sports. But yeah, shout out to POH Pookie Roderick Edwards, October 3rd. Libras, you want free VIP? Message me, and I'll point you in the right direction. Hey. I know it's Libra season officially. We'll say that. It's Virgo season in. It's Libra season. Shout out. Libras, they Libras and Virgos, we pretty much get along. So this is some of my biggest supporters. Though. Yeah, I'm leaving it at that.
We got here. I should get a catchphrase outro, so I'm not gonna do the Jim Cornette outro. If you gotta listen to his part to see what he say. Y'all will probably get so offended, but we out. Bye.